Right, I'm here with Michael Plunkett. Can you tell me a bit about the Tas Craft Fair?
The Tasmanian Craft Fair has been delivered by the Rotary Club of Deloraine for over 40 years. It started its life as an opportunity to provide an outlet for craftsmen, craftswomen, artisans, that sort of thing, to get their products to market, and it's grown over that time into being certainly one of the largest, if not the largest, craft fair in Australia. It has over 220 exhibitors spread across 4 venues around the town of Deloraine. It's really good in that respect. The economic impact's really important. The town is always buzzing when the craft fair's on. We get over 10,000 people come to the craft fair, and the craft fair itself is an opportunity for people to do their Christmas shopping, to come and see some really high quality products. Venue 1A is our premium venue. That's where we have exhibitors who make some really high end stuff, and we're talking a range of arts and crafts. We're not just talking one thing. There's timberwork, there's pottery, there's textiles, there's traditional painting, there's printing. This year we've got Hannah Maloney from the ABC coming, who's going to do a series of presentations on permaculture, which is another craft. The craft fair is really important. It's been going for a long time. It's a good opportunity for people to show what they do. It's a good opportunity for people to have a good day. The fair itself, we try and keep it reasonably priced. This year you'll pay right now $18 as an early bird ticket, $20 online after the end of September, and $22 at the gate. So I encourage people to buy their tickets early, but the idea is that you can come in, buy your ticket, you get a wristband, you can come and go as often as you like over the 3 days. And yes, it is 3 days this year. That's important to note. We're not open on the Monday. It's the Friday to Sunday is the 3 days of the event. So please, that is a change from previous years, but we're trying something a bit new this year.
Can you talk a little bit about where the artists come from?
70% of our 200 odd exhibitors come from Tasmania. The other 30% come from the mainland, predominantly Victoria and New South Wales. We have some really good support from people from the mainland. We've got some exhibitors who are long-term supporters of the craft fair. They've been coming for 20, 30 years and longer. So yeah, the majority are local people. This year our feature artist is a gentleman by the name of Matthew Sloan, who is an artist. His business name is Sloan Sculpture. He's an artist who builds sculptures out of second-hand metal, basically, leftover cogs and gears and bits and pieces. And he has been to the craft fair previously, back in 2019. He's coming this year as our feature artist and is going to be displaying some of his work. Sloan Sculpture is the business. It's really great. The other thing we've got this year is we've got some local Indigenous artists coming along as emerging artists. They'll be in Venue 4, which is the Yander Valley Performing Arts Centre. They're coming along to share some of the work they do, and we're supporting them by giving them an opportunity to show people what they do.
You mentioned that the fair started around 40 years ago in 1981. Do you remember how many exhibitors or much about how it did start? It
was the idea of a couple of Rotarians at the time. Deloraine has a very strong artist community, art and craft community, and there was a feeling there that the Rotary Club could support them to do that. It only started in one venue back then. The entrance fee was probably something of the order of $4 or $5, and it ran over 3 days initially. It was very popular. Hugh, at the local chemist here, was the president of the club in the first year, back in 81. It just grew like topsy after that, and we're actually in the process of putting the history of the craft fair together at the moment. We've got there used to be a newspaper called the Western Tiers, and it's got it in trove. There's a whole bunch of articles and stuff that we're digging out at the moment, plus we've got some archives of our own. It's been really good. Over the life of the craft fair, the money that people pay to get in doesn't all go to the Rotary Club. It gets filtered through the communities. The local town, the Meander River, the parkways, the paths, the parklands, the 2 bridges that are there, the 2 suspension bridges, they've all been put together and supported by the Rotary Club as a result of the craft fair over a long period of time. The council's replacing one of the bridges because it was at the end of its life. It's been good. I think conservatively something like $3 or $4 million has been pumped back into the community directly by the craft fair. Even one of the buildings at Greenock at Aged Care Deloraine was funded by the Rotary Club, and the local hospitals had stuff supported by the club as well. It's a big event, it's important. It's at a point in its life where we're looking to not change the direction, but it's going to evolve. We want it to be an iconic experience. We want people to enjoy themselves when they come out. And we're at a point where we've got a strategic plan we've put in place for the next 5 years. We've got the support of the Tasmanian government through Events Tas. We've got support of the local community Bendigo Bank, who are supporting our auditorium, our masterclasses and workshops this year. So yeah, it's really good.
So in terms of goals for the future, can you talk a little bit about that?
The government did an economic impact study of last year's craft fair.
Mm-hmm.
Over the 4 days as it was last year, it had an impact of between $1.5 and $2 million to Tassie. It attracted people from interstate. We've got people coming from, I've got 2 of my friends coming from Cairns coming down to the craft fair this year. People come from all over the place. We want to continue to do what it does and put money into all the people that come to the craft fair. You've got other service clubs, you've got school groups, you've got church groups, you've got other community groups. They all come and volunteer and do stuff at the craft fair. They all then use that as a part of their fundraising for the years. The entrance fee that people pay gets spread across the community. The Rotary Club gets a little bit of it, but not all of it. So that's got to continue.
It spreads out within the region. So, at the moment, from Rotary, it's you, Michael, Marilyn and Tim who do some of the work?
Yeah, the committee, within the Rotary Club, there's a Tasmanian Craft Fair committee. Mm-hmm. There's a director, which is me. There's Marilyn, who's the secretary, and she does all the liaising and stuff with the exhibitors and what have you. And then Tim is the treasurer. Mm-hmm. So they're the 3 office bearers. But then the rest of the committee is made up of the venue coordinators. So each of the venues has one Rotarian as a coordinator, and the venue coordinator's there to support the exhibitors. A lot of the exhibitors are one person. So they open up, they're on their stalls. They want to go and have a cup of coffee, they want to go to the toilet. Someone's got to stand in there, and that's where they come in. They'll go and occupy, stand in the stand, be in the stand while people are going to have a break and stuff like that. So we're there to support the exhibitors. So the rest of the committee is made up of those venue coordinators, and there's 1A, which is the community complex, 1B, which is the Rotary Function Centre, 1C, which is the gourmet pantry, the Providore, and then you've got the showgrounds is 2A, 2B, 2C, the 3 buildings there. You've then got the Kinetic Bus Pavilion next to Rotary Park on the Highland Lakes Road, which is venue 3, and then you've got the Meander Valley Performing Arts Centre, which is venue 4. So there's a venue coordinator for each of those, and they all form the committee. That's the guts of it.
It's a big team effort.
Yeah, and it starts in January every year. So we do the craft fair in November, we do it a little bit of a debrief and a break, and then after Christmas we start all over again, because applications for exhibitors open on the 1st of Feb or early February. They close at the end of March. We then allocate spaces. We have lots of issues around that because everyone wants to be in the best spot, and we don't physically have the room for that. So we spread it around and we move people around, and we try and have a percentage of new exhibitors each year so that we don't go stale.
What's your favourite part of the craft fair yourself?
Probably the last day. I get a buzz out of people enjoying themselves. We really, as an iconic experience, we try and have stuff that families can enjoy, kids can enjoy, and I get a buzz out of seeing the food courts full of people enjoying the Tassie food. Yes, there's Tassie wines and beers and spirits there as well, because we have those guys there as well. They come and have a really good day. This year we've got some more kids rides. We're planning, we've got a whole bunch of demonstrations and stuff happening. The Potters tent last year, and they're back again this year. The kids getting their hands dirty. They're on the wheel making a pot, they stick it out, sun dry it, and then they take it home. That's the sort of stuff I like to see. I get a buzz out of it. And obviously the event being successful and being on the calendar and it's important to the community. everybody in town benefits. All the accommodation places are full. They're usually booked out 12 months in advance. You just can't get a room. All good fun.
And what about your favourite part of Deloraine or the surrounding area, Meander Valley?
Garland, my wife Garland and I have only been here full-time since 2013, so we've been here 11 years. We from Queensland originally. We came here every 2 or 3 years, then we bought a shack out at Liffey, and we were coming here 3 times a year, and so the message is we like Deloraine. The people are great, the community's great, the community punches above its weight. There's not too many other small towns that have multiple service clubs, multiple church groups. We've got schools, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pubs. We've still got 2 banks, which is great. We've got a really good supportive local community Bendigo bank. That's wonderful as well. They're very good putting money back into the community, and the community supports them in return. Deloraine's a lovely place to live. It's a bit wet at the moment with the floods, but that's what life throws at you.